Hey, what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction, and in this video I want to talk about how to be a diamond in the rough as a contractor. But seriously, I want to talk about how you do award-winning work. So this is an award that we got in 2021 for a bathroom remodel that we did, and it was super cool. We got one the year before. Actually, the backdrop that we have set up today, which is a bathroom that we did this year that we're planning on. So this is like a local level award. I want to break down in this video like what the different levels of awards are, how you actually get them, and then what I do to do award-winning work and what it actually takes to do that. And it might not be what you think. You know, hard work is not the answer. I mean, that is a prerequisite for sure, but that hard work alone doesn't get you a plaque with your name on it and be able to say I'm an award-winning contractor, right? So if you would please subscribe to the channel, it does help me out a lot, and it helps us and everybody out a lot because we get to reach more people. Like, the algorithm loves subscribers, right? So it shows your stuff to more people, and then we get to go and do more projects because we get projects off of sharing our learnings, and then we learn more things on those projects, get new experience, get to stay at the cutting edge. Then we bring it back. This is my goal, is to bring it full circle and share what we've learned with you. So this obviously is more for contractors. Like, as a homeowner, you might also be interested in this, but this is really more geared towards contractors because I want to actually break down how you get awards. Like, how do you get, like, I've got a shelf full of awards in my office. How do you get some of these? I have friends that have these, and I have friends who have none of these, or who are like, man, that's so cool, blah, blah, blah. It's not as hard as you think. So please subscribe because it does help us out a ton. Now, also leave a comment. Are you an award-winning contractor? Yes or no? I want to know. So that said, first off, what are the different levels? So there's really, there's two, kind of three levels, okay? So the top, the big deal is like national award level, okay? So the bathroom that's in the backdrop today, that is a national award level. It's submitted for a couple of them, like 3 or 4. I think we'll probably wind up winning all of them with that bathroom just because there's nothing like it in the world. If I broke it down for you, you'd be like, holy shit. If I showed you the price tag, you'd be like, holy shit. It's awesome. So national level, there are some regional level, like Southwest, West Coast, like there's some regional level awards, but they're not that common, so there's not as many of those. And then there's a ton of local awards. So like, you know, Miami area, Tampa Bay area, Panhandle, you know, like there's some all over California, and they're done by different industry leaders, right? So like this one is from NARI, which is the National Association of the Remodeling Industry. There's also a company called Qualified Remodeler, which puts out a big magazine to remodeling people, and it does awards and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different, and then there's also there's another like governing body that does something called a Chrysalis Award, and I forget which one that's put on by, but there's all these different bodies that recognize contractors for excellence. So you as a contractor, you want to start piling up these awards because this is your undisputable resume. This is your, if you've ever heard of third-party validation, this is your third-party validation. You can't fake this. Like, I mean, I guess you could, like you could go and get it printed and be like, oh, I won an award, but it's like, it's pretty easy to find out. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I would recommend just winning it because it's not that hard. So here's the kind of steps that are required. Number one, you do a project. It doesn't matter when you finish the project. You could have done a project 5 years ago, and if you have good pictures before and after of the project, you can still submit it this year. So realize that you're not like, it's not like, oh, I missed my shot, I needed to submit that year. That's not how these work. It has to have been done by you, and you have to have really good before and after pictures of the project. And you can submit it at any time. And you can also submit it more than one time. That's the other thing. And depending on who else submits that year, it could be really easy to win, or it could be like freaking flooded with entries. There are some years where like, we didn't have this, but there was one year where it was like this huge category of like $1 million and up renovation, and these guys won it because they were the only entry. So it's like, we did the best $1 million renovation in the Tampa Bay area in 2022. Because nobody else entered their renovation. So you don't say the last part, you just say the first part. So it's great PR. Now, we got through the first step of what you have to have done in order to get an award, which is have a project completed with really good before and after pictures. You really want to start investing in your after pictures, by the way. If that's not something you're doing as a contractor, even if you have to hire out a photographer, like a real estate photographer is what I would recommend to get your final pictures done, pay for it. Pay the however much you need to pay in order to get that done, because those are gold for you forever. The finished pictures of a project live forever and they make you money forever, because people will see, you know, not everybody sees their project in your finished work. So you have to show them a lot of it and they'll pick out one thing where it's like, oh, that's the look I'm going for. And you did it just like I wanted. They'll be like, it was meant to be. You're the contractor is supposed to do the work for me. You'll see that happen as you get more and more portfolio built out. Our portfolio is not built out enough. It's like 1/10 of what it needs to be versus the amount of work we've done. But anyways, you need a job, okay? And then what you need on that job is something unique about it. So like the one that we got this little award for, this was a bathroom where we took out a garden tub. Hate garden tubs, they're the worst. I made a video about it. We added in a pedestal tub, did a little bit of rearranging, and I was like, how do we make this an award-winning bathroom? And I was like, I got it. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna add an accent wall, but we're not just gonna add any accent wall. We're gonna add an accent wall like nobody's ever seen before. We're gonna actually do a Venetian plaster wall that's gonna be matched to this one painting that the homeowner has that I know they're gonna hang on this other wall. And we're gonna do the Venetian plaster up this angled wall that they had. It was like a vaulted ceiling, but they only had half the vault, really weird. So I was like, let's actually accentuate that and have it crawl up the wall and over to the sidewall over the vanity. The homeowner freaking loved it. When I told him, he flipped his shit. He was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Best idea I've ever heard, blah, blah, blah. Bring in the Venetian plaster guy. They do some samples. They finally decide on one. They do it. It's unbelievable. I got a picture of it over there on my shelf. Unbelievable. It came out just like mind-blowing good. And it looks better in person than it does in the photos. Like the photos look amazing, but being there in person, it's like, oh my God, this is incredible. So we do that. The entire award submission was focused on how there's no other bathrooms with Venetian plaster accent walls, how this is a one-of-a-kind bathroom, how we matched it to the painting, how I focused on the one unique aspect. In all other aspects, it's just a bathroom remodel. We took the garden tub out, we put it in a pedestal tub, we changed the shower a little bit, put in some glass, did the vanity tops, added some shelving, simple, took out the light in the soffit, did can lights, the standard stuff that you do in a bathroom remodel. In almost every other way, like I'm really trying to pull back the curtain here for you, I hope you can see that, but in every other way, it's a totally normal bathroom remodel, except for the one way in which it's not. So the way that you get an award like this is you learn to talk about the things that make your work unique. And if you can do that, and if you can make a compelling story of, you know, I literally told this story in the submission of like, you know, we walked in after demo and I looked at the wall with the homeowner there and he's happy because demo happens and they're always happy after demo. And I look at the wall and I say to him, I'm like, you know what needs to go here? Accent wall. And this guy Ralph, he loves telling the story. He's like, Brad came in, he said, accent wall. And I did, and it was great. And so I tell the story in the submission of accent wall, but right up here and up on this side as well, because you want to accentuate, we gotta, you know, what you can't fix, you feature. It had this weird angled ceiling, so I was like, let's feature it, let's make it better. So in telling that story, we got the award. By the way, we were not the only entry in that. There were like 5 or 6 other entries in that category for that year because it was a low number. It's 25 to 50K. There's a lot of 25 to 50K bathrooms. There's not a lot of bathrooms like that. That's why we're going national with that, because it'll be a shoe-in for the local one, but national will actually have some competition. So that said, you have to accentuate what it is that's unique about your work. That's a major thing. And then the last step that you need in order to actually win an award is you need to show up. You need to finish your entry. You need to finish it on time. You need to pay the little fee. You're gonna have to pay $150 for every single award you wanna get. And if you're worried about the $150, you can just turn off the video right now, because that $150 of risk, so to speak, right, is worth, once you have the award, 15, 150, 1.5 million. Like it's exponential the amount that you get back after receiving an award from an official body. Now, do I think that that's the be all end all in contracting? No, I don't. I don't think that one of these is what I do this for. I do this really to help people at the end of the day. But, you know, being able to call somebody. Like I could call that guy right now. We have a great relationship. I could be like, hey, Ralph, how's it going, man? I could ask for 5 referrals and he would probably be working the next week to like find 5 people to refer over to us. Great relationship, because now he gets to say, this is an award-winning bathroom. I had Home Love Construction do it. He'll never forget it. It looks amazing. And he's like, oh, and by the way, this actually was the best bathroom in the Tampa Bay area in 2021. Voted on by the governing board of all remodelers. So that is a thing that allows you to amplify the help that you're giving people. When this one wins an award, it's gonna be like, wow, there was a big freaking help. Now it's a spa in your house, one of a kind, and nationally recognized as the best bathroom that was done this year in 2023. So that said, I would recommend going after the awards. Is it the be all end all? Again, no, it's not. You gotta have a profitable company, you gotta be helping people, and you gotta be liking what you're doing. But this is a good way to do all 3 of those things on a higher level. So I would encourage you to go after the awards. Don't feel like you're, oh, you know, I just do bathrooms. I just rip them out, put them back. I do like for like, that's all I do. Dude, find something unique. Find a way to make your like for like bathrooms or kitchens unique. Focus on that. And by the way, if you need help, just send me an email. My email is brad@homelove.construction. I'll be happy to help you with this, whatever. We can figure out what it is for you. So don't feel like you're pigeonholed in. Realize that you can go bigger, get bigger, and actually do great things and be rewarded and recognized for your great and hard work. Now, if this video brought you some value, which I know it did, leave a comment below and hit the subscribe button. If you didn't like this video, also leave a comment below. You don't have to subscribe, but you can if you want. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next vid. Go win some awards. Peace.